I'm not gonna say your age.
Yeah, I'm 67. I'm proud of it. My daughter's, well, I won't say your age. She's only 22.
I'm 22. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and as you can see, I have a very special guest on my channel today. This is my mom.
Hello.
We did my mom's makeup today so you guys could have a tutorial on mature skin. Excuse my bare face today, but today was definitely about her. So I hope that you guys learned something new and some helpful tips that you may need, and of course enjoy the video. Love you guys. To start off with, you always want to have a good base. I'm just using the Kate Somerville moisturizer, but just use, you know, your favorite moisturizer. Make sure your skin is nice and soft and supple, and that will help everything that follows. This is also a really neat product. It's a lip and an eye cream, so I love using it on my clients because it's really multi-use and easy. I put this on beforehand so everything can sink in while we're doing the actual application. For brows today, I'm going to be using Maybelline's Master Precise line. I'm using their Fiber Brow Mascara of sorts, and then also the pencil. First, I'm going in with that brow mascara, and this is just going to volumize your brows, and those little fibers are going to cling to them, but this is also going to make the hair stay in place all day long. Then I go in with the sparse areas with the pencil. One thing I really wanted to point out is that with mature skin, I always like to make the brows look as soft as I possibly can. So once I get all of the sparse areas filled in, I just flip the pencil over and then use the spoolie on the other side just as much as I possibly can. More than likely, I use a concealer for an eye base under eyeshadow. So this is Tarte's 12-Hour Waterproof Amazonian Clay Concealer. I'm pretty sure I said that backwards, but you know, whatever. Then I use a big, fluffy, but still dense brush to buff that in really softly. I'm going to be using the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette today, and to set that eye base, I'm just taking the lightest matte shade and going over everywhere I put that concealer. For my transition shade, I'm going to be using this beautiful warm brown shade. It's one of my favorite transitions to blend out darker colors. You want to make sure you use super fluffy brushes because that's going to make it not drag across the eye area. So that's what you're going to see me doing. I ended up building that shade up quite a bit. Then I'm going into this deeper brown shade and kind of just defining what I just did. I'm using light patting motions, you know, just be gentle with your eye area and go back and forth, build up as much as you want or as little as you want. Then this is a beautiful, beautiful copper shade. I had never used this before, but it just went with the look perfect. I actually took this a little above the crease. This is going to open up the eye, and it just kind of worked so well with this look. For extra help lifting the eye area, I took that dark gray shade and kind of put this a little above where I put that copper and just all over the outer V. This is going to lift the overall eye area and make it look larger. And my mom's making faces, I found out that she did this throughout the entire video after I started editing. Thanks, Mom. I then took a smudge brush and my favorite L'Oreal liner. This liner is beautiful for mature skin because it just glides on so smoothly, you guys. It's extremely pigmented and soft. I cannot recommend this enough. So I just kind of went on the outer V with this. I didn't take it all the way into the inner corner. And then I just smudged it out with a brush. This is going to look a lot softer than any liquid liner, and it's also going to go in where you need it to. See what I mean? I then took the NYX. I forget what this is called, but I'll have it in the description box. It's a very, very teeny wand, and you'll figure out why we use this later on. Then I'm taking primers. This is the Porefessional. You only need a little bit. I'm only putting this in the places that she needs it. So wherever, you know, you have large pores or extra fine lines, this is going to help fill those in and smooth over the skin. Because my mom has dry skin, I'm using e.l.f.'s Prep and Hydrate Balm. This is one of my new favorite primers. It just feels so cooling and nice on your face. And I'm using the Infallible Pro Glow by L'Oreal because this has awesome coverage while being hydrating. I finally kind of caught on, but I still had no idea. So I take my beauty blender and apply it to the face before I blend it. I've just always done it this way. I find that it works better for me, but just do whatever you are comfortable with. Then what I do is blend everything in. One little tip I have is if you have a deep wrinkle, just lift that up and blend the foundation in so it will help camouflage it instead of letting it stand out. And then of course always take your foundation down your neck and blend it, because if you don't, you know, even though this matches her skin very well, you still want to be careful. One of my favorite concealers for mature skin is Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer. It's full coverage, but it just really blends in nicely, and I just find that it agrees with mature skin. So I applied this to all of her highlight areas under the eyes, nose, forehead, and also in the smile lines, because that's where she tends to get a little redness. You want to mainly focus on your eye area. Just make sure everything is blended and you don't run into any problems. Then I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth powder. I'm using the butt end of my beauty blender for this part and going in all of the areas that we just put concealer on. Also, I wanted to mention that my beauty blender is moistened. I'm doing this even a little bit more than usual because she has dry skin, so that way the powder, you know, won't get that powdery look on your face. I always set the rest of the face too, usually with a big fluffy brush, and this is so the rest of the powders that you put on your face will not look patchy. I prefer using a matte bronzer like this one from Tarte to contour with. It's much less harsh. I wanted to show you the placement if you want your face to look thinner, just underneath your cheekbone, but she wants a fuller look to her face, so I'm just going to be creating round shadows with this matte bronzer. Also remember, you can, take your beauty blender back in there and clean anything up if you go in too harsh or make mistakes. That works wonderfully. I also took some on her jawline, a little bit on the chin, down the neck. It will just balance everything out. I then took a teenier brush, but still fluffy, and contoured her nose. It's a little uneven, so I just, balanced it out. Then I took Maybelline's Dream Bouncy blush. This has such a fun texture. It's like putty. But, I kind of not only took this on the cheekbones, but on the forehead too. This is going to bring life to your face and color and just, give you that natural flush. I love this blush. It is just, it blends so nicely. I then took Essence So Glow. This is a cream to powder highlighter. I just took my finger and patted that in on the cheekbones and also the nose. Don't use too much of this. A lot of older women think they can't highlight, but you can do anything you want to. I took that same transition shade color and used that under the eyes and then the gray for definition. Moving on to one of the last steps. How did this video go by so fast? So Rimmel Lip Liners are definitely one of my favorites. I overlined her top lip quite a bit because it's, thinner than the bottom, so I just wanted to balance everything out. And if you do that, just look back and forth in the mirror and use your best judgment. Don't try to do it all at once. I then took one of Maybelline's matte lipsticks. I think this is in Blissful Blush. It's one of my faves. It didn't apply the way I wanted it to though, so I just took a lip brush and patted it in, and it turned out perfect. Once that's complete, the look is done. Isn't she beautiful, you guys? Okay guys, that was the end of the tutorial. How did you like the look, Mom?
I really, really love it. I do. My face feels great.
Even though my mom has dry skin, some of the products that we use were able to combat that. And also we were talking and I asked her if she had one tip that she would give to older women, what would it be? And what was that?
To always find a nighttime cream that has no perfume in it for dry skin, if you have dry skin, and use it.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Also, I wanted to let you guys know, even though you probably couldn't tell because she did such a great job, my mom has macular degeneration in her eyes, so that's why we didn't use any mascara on the lower lash line. Just thought that we would let you guys know. We love you guys. See you next time. Bye.